loves, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, yes, I am clearing some things up because I have received so many messages, emails, like y'all have been finding me to ask me about this company that I'm gonna get right into. And so I just kind of wanted to do a video to clean it up, not to clean it up, to clear it up, what went down, so that you guys can have the full scope, so that I can stop repeating myself and I can stop, you know, just telling this stuff over and over again. I can kindly just direct you guys to this video so that you guys can get hopefully all of your questions answered. So yes, the infamous company is Dior Cosmetics. If you guys have been following me, or if you're just put Dior Cosmetics, I guess, in the description box and my video has come up, that's how you guys have possibly found my channel. So to clear up how they get down, let's just jump right into it. I have all the information pulled up so I can give you guys a timeline of how everything went down, and you guys can make an informed decision for yourself if you want to move forward with their company or not. So back in December of 2017, I did receive an Instagram, I think, about asking me if I would be interested in being a spokesmodel or something. So then I was like, I looked into the company, and what I did look into being their Instagram and their business, it was legit. So I was like, you know, sure, why not? So they sent me an email on December 28th, and it says, this is the offer, please have your manager review it with you, and then go to their website and get a date night matte lipstick using the coupon code to receive cosmetics for half off. You'll also receive your own personal discount code to the cosmetics website. You'll receive a percentage of everyone who uses the discount code. And then it said, who doesn't love extra money? When the product arrives, be sure to take a well-lit picture using their hashtag, and then tag, that's what it says, to tag her. And it says you also have the opportunity to be featured on our social media platform. You'll also have the opportunity to be a part of our print work and commercial work. We will use the engagement numbers to determine what value you bring to our campaign. Any further questions, please feel free to give me a call. And then make sure you reply to this email within 24 to 48 hours. So I responded to the email. I had my manager look over it. And I asked questions because they send you an endorsement form and then an offer writer form. And in the offer writer form, it basically states that that the contract starts like February 16th through February 18th, and it says that you'll get a per diem, and it talks about transportation and taking pictures and all this other stuff. It just had all this information. I made sure to clarify that the contract was only for 2 days, which was February 16th through the 18th. They said yes. Then I also asked, was it an event? Like, was it an event that I was attending, or what was it? So then they said the event is a commercial and print work. So I was like, thank you very much for answering my questions. And then I said, okay, you know, we can move forward. So they said, okay, perfect. Make sure you've ordered your cosmetics to get started. So I went ahead and I ordered it. Well, the one that I wanted was out of stock at the time. So then they were like, oh, we're going to restock it. I think they said they were going to restock it now. And oh, they restocked it. And so then I went ahead and ordered it. And so one thing I remember noticing was that it seems like from the time that I did the order to when it arrived to me, it seemed like it took an extremely long time. But I just kind of was like, oh, okay. Like, I wasn't really checking for it. It was a lipstick, so I wasn't checking for it too much. So then, me being a content creator, a YouTuber, of course I made a video on it, and that's the video that you guys have seen, where I had the lipstick, showed you the lipstick, gave you guys my code, and, you know, did my part, which is what I normally do when companies send me something. However, I make sure to be honest, and I did like the product, I just didn't like it by itself. Like, I needed to put a liner to it. But that was my experience. So I made the video, and I informed the company like, hey, I did the video, here it is, you know, so that I'm keeping them up with what I'm doing. So basically a month later, yeah, because I didn't do the video, I guess, until January 23rd. So that's clearly a month after the communication and everything. So I do the video, and then some days later, I think like a week later, I send them a message and I'm like, hello, just checking in. Will I be receiving an itinerary or information soon regarding the February 16th through 18th dates? And then I knew that people were trying to purchase the lipstick, but it was out of stock. So I said, also, I've been informed that Cherry's Jubilee is out of stock for multiple people. Will it be back in stock soon? So I received a message that says, yes, the site will be restocked on Monday. You will get the itinerary when you finalize and sign your agreement. So then I was confused and I was like, awesome, thanks. So I sent back and finalized and signed agreement on December 30th, 2017. So then I didn't get anything else after that. That was it. And that was on January 30th. So of course, especially if you know me or just anybody that is doing any type of business, like you have schedules, you have, you know, your plans are busy. Like you need to, and I have a family, so I need to make sure I'm scheduling everything accordingly. And so on February 2nd, I said, greetings. I'm once again following up regarding the itinerary for February 16th through the 18th. I provided a signed contract over a month ago and need to confirm my schedule as soon as possible so that I can govern myself accordingly. Your prompt response is appreciated. Otherwise, I need to proceed with other commitments. So then the next day, I received the email that says the finance department will be reaching out next week to start finalizing agreements. Now, mind you, that's February 3rd. February 16th through the 18th is like coming up soon. So I had already like, I think because I had taken off work, I'd already scheduled to take off work. So I already had that Friday off, you know, planning accordingly. And so I said, thanks for the update. So the next week comes, and when I tell y'all, they literally waited until that Saturday of the next week, and I received an email 5 minutes before a Skype meeting saying, hey, there's a Skype meeting at 5 o'clock. Get on the Skype call since you missed the meeting last week. What are you talking about? Like, I didn't miss any meeting, and I was driving at the time, and I'm like, I can't get on the Skype meeting. So then I had to go back and I send them an email like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I never received an email, and no, I can't make it to this thing. So they're like, well, check your spam or something. Maybe it didn't get sent to you, and just all this foolery. And I was just like, okay, I think I'm getting further and further annoyed. Like, I shouldn't have to run and chase you guys to get information. So needless to say, they rescheduled the Skype meeting, and again, they rescheduled it. This time, at least I had, I think, an hour or two to plan for it, but it was like a same day email that was like, hey, there's a Skype meeting at like 3 p.m. Eastern time or something. And so I made myself available. I get on the Skype call, and it's me plus other young ladies on this call. They started late, so I already was like, this is so unprofessional. Like, time is money, clearly, and they just, how you late to your own meeting? So needless to say, I'm on the phone and I'm on the Skype conference call, and I'm listening to what some guy is saying. I don't even know who the guy was, but he's talking and he's giving details and stuff. And so what I quickly realized is, if you hadn't already been contacted prior to this Skype call, that you weren't officially booked for February 16th through the 18th. So when he's on the phone, he's like, I'm assuming everybody's for the March date. And there are me and other ladies like, no, we didn't know anything about a March date. And he's like, oh yeah, like the shoot is this weekend, it's probably not gonna happen. And we're like, you think? And so I'm taking notes and I'm trying to keep up with the information. Basically everything is all out of order. They also mentioned something about your code, and 20 people have to use your code, and we're like, he said that should say that in the contract, and we're looking at our contract like, well, no, it doesn't say that in the contract. And their only remedy to the solution was, oh, well, we'll send you an updated contract. And in my mind, I'm like, well, you can't tell people to sign the contract or finalize the contract and then tell them to, and then decide you're going to just send them an updated contract. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I was so frustrated. And so then his thing was like, oh, well, that contract isn't final until you talk to like the marketing director or something. And it was just like pure foolery. So needless to say, after that meeting, I contacted the HR department, and I basically told them like, hey, I'm frustrated. This is like very unprofessional. This is not working, right? So whoever was on the other side of the HR email basically kept trying to tell me I was wrong. So let me tell y'all how the emails went after that. Okay, so the email afterwards was then like, they kept talking to me as if I had not already purchased the lipstick and made a whole video about it. And they just kept saying like, you're supposed to buy the lipstick and, you know, put it on your social media. I suggest you get the lipstick right away if you plan to make the next shoot. And I'm like, well, I already did that. So then I'm sending, so now I'm sending receipts because I'm like, clearly your people are not doing their job to know that I've already purchased and made a whole video about it. So I'm like, thank you for your swift response. I already have the lipstick as well as posted on my social media platforms. I give them dates. I tell them when I sent them an email letting them know that this happened. So then their only response was like, contact this person. So I'm not going to put that person's name out there, but it's a person, and to discuss the marketing portion of the campaign. So then I'm like, why do I have to contact this person if, like, if y'all can see the frustration, just me even talking about it, y'all, like I'm frustrated all over again. So needless to say, I had already made up in my mind, like, I'm done with this. I'm not about to move along any further. So then somebody sends me an email and they're like, hey, this person wants to set up a meeting with you to talk. So I'm like, oh, finally. I mean, it only took 2 months or so. So I finally get the appointment. I get an appointment with the guy. This appointment says it's for, I think, 1 o'clock, right? Now, this appointment system that they use, first of all, it didn't even give me enough information. I'm in California and I know that this business is supposedly in Atlanta. So I'm like, is that 1 p.m. my time or 1 p.m. their time? So I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm supposed to call him. He's supposed to call me. I don't know anything. So the day of the appointment, I missed the call because why? The call was at 10 o'clock in the morning, my time. So when I called the person back, they basically had an attitude like, well, we had an appointment for 1 o'clock. And I was like, that's 1 o'clock your time. It's 10 my time. And he was like, oh, well, I'm busy right now. I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm like, okay, do what you gotta do. So he hangs up. He eventually calls me back. And so basically he's like, so tell me about yourself. And he kept saying model this and model that. And I'm like, I'm not a model. Where did we get this model thing? And so eventually we start talking. He basically tells me what their campaign is all about and all this. So he goes through my YouTube channel and he likes the video. He says it's cool, but he says that nobody has used my code or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but we really want to work with you. Like, let me call you back and see what we can do. So when he calls me back, no, he told me to call him back. So I call him back at the time that I'm supposed to, about 2 o'clock, and he doesn't pick up the phone. So I try calling again at 3 o'clock. So at this point, I'm feeling like it's like, don't call me, I'm gonna call you, or, you know, I'm gonna have my people call you. So I was like, okay. So he calls me back and he's like, oh, I was still getting information from you. I talked to her, meaning the CEO or whoever, and he was like, she likes what you're doing and she wants to be a part of it. But basically, we want you to work with our PR person and get your engagement up, and then we'll decide to move forward with working with you. And that's gonna cost you $100 and something dollars. It was like $160, I don't know, $100 and something per month for them to basically have control over my YouTube platform or social media platform. I don't know if it was one, both, or all. By that time he started talking about money, and it wasn't money that was being paid towards me, so I kind of blacked out. So I was just kind of like, so then he's like, then he tries to like rush me off the phone, like, okay, so we can move forward with that. I'm like, no, pause, pump your brakes. Let me make this clear. I said, so what you're saying is I'm not booked for the shoot in February nor March unless I decide to work with this PR person, which in turn I have to pay. So then he kind of starts talking around in circles and basically like, yeah, we really want to work with you, and you know, we hope to get you on the March shoot, and and he still didn't answer my question. So for the third time, I'm now like, I said, let me make this blatantly clear. And I repeat the same thing I just said to y'all. And I was like, so what you're saying is I need to pay your PR person in order to get my engagement up, is what you're saying, before you even think about adding me on any type of campaign. He finally basically says yes. So when he said that, I said, well, no, thank you. I will do what I need to do on my own and see where I can go first before I decide to pay somebody else some coins. Especially, I don't even know y'all. And if y'all do business like this, I definitely am not giving my coins to y'all. So he's like, okay, well, you know, we'll keep us posted. You know, we're here. You already know what to do. Like, you got this and all this other stuff. Okay, sorry, y'all. My battery had died. So, yeah, I think this video is turning into longer than I intended. My apologies. But I just wanted to give you guys a full scope because some of you guys have been asking, like, no, I want to know all the details. So here are all the details. I just want to make sure that I'm honest with you guys. Yeah, it was a waste of my money and a waste of my time. But what I've realized is that I've been able to help a lot of people since then, and ultimately that is my mission, is just to help people. And so that's why I have no problems with putting this video out there to let you guys know. So needless to say, I decided not to move forward with him, them, or whatever, and I just went on about my business. But then I started receiving emails and messages asking me about them, and I'm like, how are people seeing me? So then I thought, okay, my video, which like my little promotional video that I do, was on her channel. So I politely asked the CEO or the model or whoever she is to remove the video. And I was like, since I'm no longer, you know, affiliated with you guys, I'm not a brand ambassador of you guys, like, take my video down, is essentially what I said. She said, no problem. I said, because people are asking me questions and they shouldn't be directed towards me. So she's like, yeah, you're right. But then she was like, so why do you feel like you're not affiliated with us or you're not working with us anymore? And I'm like, because like, y'all unprofessional, basically. And I was like, and basically I was told there is not an opportunity there unless I work with your PR person. And she's like, oh, that's just a suggestion. That's not something that you have to take. And I was like, yeah, I know it's just a suggestion, but I was made to feel like there isn't an opportunity there unless I took it. So she stops responding after that, which is fine with me. I decided to move on. They move on. We good. But so many people started reaching out to me to where I realized there is no way that as many people as they're sending out these emails and they want everybody to be a spokesmodel or brand ambassador, and they're going to fly everyone out to what is it, Florida. So the information that I got on the phone was that you're going to be at the Fontainebleau in Miami, and that you will fly in, they'll pay for your hotel, they'll pay for your flights, you will room with another young lady there, whoever else is there for the shoot. You'll have either it was like a $50 per diem or $100 per diem on Saturday and Sunday. The shoot will be over pretty much Saturday, and then everybody will fly back Sunday. And I think that was pretty much all the information that I had received. So that information that I received on the phone, as well as in a paper form, they're sending that out to everyone. Pretty much, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure you've received it. Clearly they're misleading people, because when they send it out, it's just like, hey, we want you to be a spokesmodel, come shoot in Miami. And you're like, okay, but they don't really tell you, like, no, you're gonna have to go through loopholes, and you know, we're not really gonna fly you to Miami. And so basically what I figured out is they're a scam. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they're a scam, because I feel like the only way that they're making revenue, their revenue is coming in, is that by them sending out all of these emails to everybody, telling them to purchase the lipstick and post their code on the site, post their code on social media. By you spending your money, that's another lipstick purchase. And that's what happened. I spent my money, and even with, I think, half off, between shipping, it still came up to like $16 and some change for some lipstick. And I'm like, I don't know if that was worth it. And even then, I kind of was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this. But to help everybody else, I did it, y'all. And so yeah, that I feel like that's their way that they're making their coins. I mean, other people might be purchasing it. I don't know anybody that's personally purchasing from them. But that's their way of making some money, is by having you be their brand's model, their brand ambassador, spokesmodel. You have to spend your money to get the product. And that's how they're making it. And they have no intentions of actually shooting with you. Now, they might have shoot it with some other women? I don't know. If you go on the Instagram, you don't see different models. You see one model, just one. So yeah, that is pretty much the whole spiel. I've laid it out for you guys. Hopefully you guys receive it in the spirit in which I'm sending it, that I would have never made this video if it wasn't for everybody asking me questions about it. Can I easily take the video down? Absolutely. But I mean, for what reason? I'd rather update you guys and not just take it down and you guys actually know what happened, because even if the video shows up somewhere else, like, I still will get an email or a DM about it. So therefore I'm going to keep it up and I'm going to put this video up, and hopefully it helps you and it answers any questions you might have. So would I recommend you working with the company? I mean, I'll leave that up to you. I've said what I had to say. I've said what my experience is. I no longer have any type of affiliation, communication, or anything with them. Yeah, I'm over it, you know. But I've learned very valuable business lessons in it. So I always believe that there's something that I can be taught. I'm better at vetting these different companies and making sure they're actually who they say they are and they're legit, and that it's beneficial not just for them but for myself also. And so I hope this video isn't too long and that you guys have all the information that you wanted. And so hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video.